If you are traveling in Mexico City and you like hiking, this video will help you. So, there are many people that want to do hiking and don't know how to do it here in Mexico City. I will talk about some mountains that are really near the city. So you can do approximately 30 minutes in car to get to these mountains. They are called Dinamos. You will hear a lot of Los Dinamos, the Dinamos. And there are different parts of the Dinamos. I will tell you the guide of where you should go and how you should go so you can do it safely. You could also hire a guide, but I think that if you follow these steps, you won't need it. It is recommended also to go not by yourself, I mean at least 2 people, just if someone feels like bad or they are having like mountain sickness or something, it could be helpful. Something that I will also like to remark is that when you are at the mountain, you won't have signal, neither from internet nor from your phone. So it is important that you take this into consideration. So now, how to get there? So you can put in Google Maps Los Dinamos, and what you will do is go to the 4th section of Los Dinamos. So here you can see you have first the 2nd Dinamo, then the 3rd, and then you have the 4th Dinamo. So what you will do is to park in the 4th Dinamo. If you don't have a car, you can ask for a taxi, but something that I would really recommend is to tell the driver to come pick you up in 2 hours, because you won't have signal to ask for an Uber or for another taxi, and there are not like plenty of taxis going around in that area. So something important is that if you don't have a car, take that measure. I would say 2 hours because I have taken the time, and you do 1 hour to get up from in the mountain and 1 hour to go down. So approximately it would be 2 hours, but it depends if you like to stay more in contact with the nature and you like, I don't know, to meditate on the top of the mountain and things like that. You can also estimate your time, so you can tell the driver, I don't know, it could be 2 hours or maybe 3. Also, you will see that there is a river. So the time that I took was going up the mountain and down the mountain, but if you want to go to the river, it will take some extra time, so you can also take that into consideration. Now the costs. If you go on your own car, you will need to pay 10 Mexican pesos to go into the area, Los Dinamos. It is quite cheap. And then when you park, you will need to pay 35 Mexican pesos so they can give you a parking space. And you will also need to pay 10 Mexican pesos for each person going up in the 4th Dinamo. So if there are 2 people and you have your own car, it would be a total of 65 Mexican pesos. Now, when you arrive to the 4th Dinamo, what you need to do is continue to the end. You will pass like a bridge that goes over a river, and you will see this like little house, and that's where you should be parking, because right where you see this little house is the entrance to start climbing the mountain. So you will see this parking lot, and that's where you should be parking, and that's the one I told you about, the 35 Mexican pesos for the parking space. Now, where you saw the little house is where the hiking will begin. So you will see at first there is like a path, a really well made path, and it has like these rocks, and you will follow the path. You will see at your left some grass, and sometimes you may be able to see sheep also, or different kind of animals. So the people that live around there, they take care of the Dinamos, and they also use the space to have their animals and things like that. So then you continue going up. You will sometimes see that the path disappears and it goes into soil, but that's okay. You will sometimes get the path again, and sometimes it will go into soil again. Now, you will start to see like some spaces where you can choose either one path or the other. When you see this type of decisions that you need to take, you should always follow the path that has the rocks and like the path well marked. So if you continue through this path, you will get to the view that we want to see at the end. So you continue through this path, and then you will start to see some signals. These signals says Mirador Coconetla. So please see the signal. It is like right now in the image. You should always follow this signal. I believe you should always go to the right. I mean, like all the signals indicate to the right, but just in case, always follow the signals. So you continue following the signals. There will be one part when you may seem that the signals are maybe wrong, because you see like the path going straight or maybe a little bit down, and you would think like, no, I'm going wrong because I want to go to the top of the mountain and this is kind of going down. No, it's okay. If you see that there are these little red rocks and then gray rocks in this part that you think you're going down, it's quite perfectly, then you're going right. What the path is doing right now is that it is just going around the mountain, and then after going a little bit around the mountain, you will start to go up again. So you will see again the rock path, like the well done rock path, and it will start getting steep again. So you'll be going up, and it won't take long after you get almost to the top. So after this well done path going up, you will then see like a rocky path, and I think that this part is my most favorite one because it's a little bit like more adventurous, and well, it's not like dangerous. You will always like see where you can go, and it's a path, but it has like rocks and it has like branches and things like that. So I think it's fun, like to go and watch your step and try to get up and everything. So after getting through this rocky path, you will get once again to a plain site. So when you're in this plain site, you are already in the top. And what you need to do is keep following the signs of the Mirador. Then you will see these two fallen trees. So you can go right through where these two fallen trees are, and you will see a very beautiful view. Here are some pictures of how the view is over there. But what you can also do is go a little bit straight, and you will see a cross. Here in the image you can see the cross. So when you see this cross, what you can do is climb like the rock where the cross is, and there, I think that's my most beautiful view in the Dinamos. There you will see not only the mountains and the trees and like all the nature and how beautiful it is, you will also be able to see Mexico City on your left. So it is impressive to see like how the city is down you and how it is like surrounded from all these mountains and like all the Mexican Valley and everything. And I think it's really, really beautiful. So there you can sit a while and appreciate it. You can also go to the rocks that are on the right near the cross, and it's like really nice to lay there and meditate a while. You can also take some snacks and eat them there. Now, what I really recommend you to take are a bottle of water. You can also take, I don't know, electrolyte or something like that if you think that you need to hydrate more. You will also, well, I suggest that you take something to eat. I don't know, maybe a candy bar, chocolate bar, a sandwich, something like that. And you can have it on the top of the mountain, or maybe if you think you're getting like little energy or you need sugar, you can take it also on the path. Something that you'll also need are sunglasses. I really recommend sunglasses because sometimes when you're at the top, like the sun doesn't let you see the view quite perfectly. So I would really recommend you sunglasses so you don't miss this really beautiful view. Then, well, I recommend that you take like sports clothing, like for example some leggings, your very comfy tennis, a t-shirt, and also a light sweater, because you are, especially when you are starting the hike, you go through a lot of trees, so and as you are climbing up, it may get a little chilly, so I would also recommend like a sweater, but also a sweater that you can then tie to your body or maybe put it in your bag, so it's not like hard to carry. Also, it depends on when you are going to go up, like in which month. If you're going, I don't know, maybe in June, July, with a really light sweater, you'll be perfectly fine. If you're going more like in November, December, then maybe you should take 2 sweaters or maybe one a little bit more bulky, and that's it. You won't see snow there, so you won't need like things to hike in snow or something like that. No, not at all. Not in this mountain. This is like kind of an easy hike, so it can be recommended to anyone that can walk without problems for 2 hours. And I also took like the measurement of the distance, and it was 7 kilometers. 7 kilometers counting the way up and the way down, so you should take this into consideration. You can also take your dog. If you have a dog, you can take it, but please consider that there are 7 kilometers. So maybe if it's a small dog, you shouldn't take it because you will end up carrying the dog. But the only thing that they ask is that you take them tied. So that's the only thing important if you're taking your dog. And also I would recommend to take some Kleenex. So you don't know if you'll be maybe allergic to some of the plants or something like that it will like start making your nose flow. And also there are no bathrooms. Since you start the hike till you end the hike, you won't see one single bathroom. So I think it's easier for men. If you need to go to the bathroom, you can go to a tree nearby. But for women, that's why I recommend Kleenex, so you will be prepared if you need to go to the bathroom. You can go like on the back of a tree and ask for your partner for help, like for him to tell you if anyone is coming back or something, but you should take your Kleenex just to go to the bathroom. And well, about the river, I recommend you to go to the river after you have gone up. So, where you saw at first the grass, where there could be some animals, and the grass that I am showing you right now, that it was just at the start of the hike. You should go through the grass, and then you will start to see a path that goes down. It is not that clear like the path going up the mountain, but you can kind of see a rocky path, so that's the path to go to the river. And the good part is that you can always follow like the noise that the water is doing, so you should follow like the noise to get to the river, and then the same path to go back. And finally, well, to go back, you take your car and you won't have signal until you pass the first entrance, that one that costs 10 Mexican pesos. And after that, I recommend that you put your phone in flight mode, and then you take away the flight mode so it can like refresh and look for the signal, and you then can put once again Google Maps and go down perfectly. If you don't have like internet during your travel, then I recommend that you download the maps before going, so you know perfectly how to get to the fourth dynamo and how to go back. And well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed your hike and that this video helped you.